Better Call Saul Season 1, Episode number 7, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to next week's episode of Better Call Saul, man. Last week, had a fantastic episode, man, with Mike. Who would have expected Better Call Saul? We would have had a whole flashback episode for Mike, man. Learning about his son, learning about him as a cop back in Philly, the reason he left that, kind of that job in that area and everything that went down, man. It was a fantastic episode and a fantastic performance by the actor who plays Mike, man. Like, I talked about it last week a little bit, but in Breaking Bad, we didn't really get to see the emotional side of Mike like that. And I feel like not too many things would bring that emotional side out of him. Maybe a couple, there was a moment or two, I think, in Breaking Bad where maybe one moment where he kind of had a little emotion come out, and I think it was the moment when he realized he had to leave Kaylee at the playground, right when the cops kind of found him right before he ended up getting taken out by Walt. But that moment he had a little bit of emotion, but nothing compared to last week, man. Last week, amazing performance and amazing emotion, man. Fantastic stuff. Super excited to see what we have in store for this week. So guys, I'm gonna stop wasting time. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna hop into this episode. Before we do, I do ask if you guys are new to the channel, you do hit that subscribe button, comment down below what you guys want to see next, man. Drop a like on the video for your boy. Full reaction will be up on Patreon, as well as early access to the next 2 episodes if you guys want to check that out. Link in the description down below. But we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna hop into this episode. Here with Mike again.
Once again, I do all the talking.
Philly PD called him back in, huh? Mike don't give a fuck about awkward silence. Saul seems like he doesn't like the awkward silence.
Is this it? I will take that as a yes. Very well. Mystery solved.
I could take you into custody right now, you son of a bitch. Both of you.
Whoa, where's this coming from?
You're the one who spilled the coffee, you ambulance-chasing piece of shit.
Can we dial it down? You're walking across the parking lot. Just now, boom. There's a notepad. Plain as day.
They're not buying that.
Wait till I get you back to Philadelphia.
I'm confused. The state of Pennsylvania can extradite people for returning lost property? Wow, that is one bold legislature.
Anything you want to say to me about what you found in here? Hopefully whatever you are didn't rub off on the rest of your family.
Damn. Man, really want to push Mike like that. That's crazy. I get it. It's because he thinks he killed the cops, which he did, but he doesn't realize those cops were fucked.
You're not talking to my client without me.
Yeah, he is. Please leave now.
I think Mike trusts him a little bit. I think he might even know what's going on a little bit, right? Maybe not exactly detail-wise, but I think he's got to know what's going on a little bit here. He seemed like he had some respect for Mike last episode and this one.
Your daughter-in-law, what's she gonna tell us? I don't honestly know. Well, Mike, if she's got nothing to say, this pretty well ends it here. So maybe you should talk to her before we do.
I talked. If I were to guess, I'd say she wouldn't tell you much. Either way, that's up to her.
There's a lot of people we both know and think that Fensky got what was coming to him.
Damn.
Often, too. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a few more early retirements. Might be a good thing. New blood.
Like the kid.
Could have been Maddie.
He's just gotta learn, that's all. Some rocks you don't turn over.
Just like he tried to teach Maddie. I love that they got respect for each other, man, because they both look like they're close to the same age, so they both been around the block. Maddie was really young. This other guy that was messing with Mike at the start here was really young too, so he don't really know what's up. But he's like the same position that Maddie was in, right? He's out here trying to push a cop, and it's just like Mike said, you threaten a cop with that, going to prison. Woo! But it's tough, man.
It's in someone else's hands.
What, like God?
No.
Please don't say Hamlin.
His
Hamlin,
daughter-in-law.
I appreciate your help. Go home.
It all depends if she tells the truth or not, right? Because he told her the complete truth, so she could choose to tell them like Mike did it, or she could choose to tell him I don't know shit. And he's okay with either way, right? He's okay. As long as she knows the truth, she gets to make her own decision. I love that, man.
112.
Wow.
113.
Holy shit, what are you doing?
115.
He's trying to test this, huh?
117.
Maybe build up a tolerance.
It's an experiment, really. I've been attempting to build up a tolerance for electromagnetic fields.
Seriously?
Yeah, like taking small doses of poison to build up an immunity.
Yeah.
Okay, is that a real thing? Because that does not sound like a real thing.
It's a real thing.
I mean, it's kind of like with the flu shot, right?
But why now?
Well, after what happened with the police and the hospital, I almost lost everything, Jimmy. I can't go on like this. I have to find a way to get better. I've got to.
I'll be right back. I gotta get a few more things out of the car.
I think he's gonna bring in like his phone or something. I think it's in relation to Saul slipping Jimmy shit, right? He sees Saul's kind of going straight now. He's having real business. He's becoming a little bit successful, so he's getting a little bit better, right? Because that's the real change that happened between last week and now, right?
What's all this?
It's just some case files. I'm out of room at the office. I don't want to leave them in the car.
This is a test, I think.
Business is that good?
It's booming. Streets of gold. Yeah. I'll get these out of here as quick as I can. I just need to file the 413s on some of these wills, and I'll be out of your hair.
He's giving him work to do, man. He's trying to test some stuff too, I feel like, right? This is definitely a mental thing, though, for sure. He's going to take care of all that shit, 100%. Look at that. He's itching to it. Oh. That's how you know something's your gift, man. If you literally can't stay away from it and you want to do it that bad, like he's not going to get money from this or anything. But he just wants to do it. Like he's itching to do it, to do something lawyery, right? I actually really enjoy the Chuck storyline. Every storyline in here is great.
The seniors have been very good to me. I've been meaning to expand.
He found his
Time
niche.
to invest in myself. Figure this may be just the place.
New office? Maybe she'll end up leaving the other law firm and joining Jimmy.
Clean slate. Put the reception desk right here. Get some comfortable seating for the clients.
It's big, a lot of offices. I love it.
Gotta look successful to be successful, am I right?
Well, this definitely looks like success. Great view.
He's going to bring her to another room and say, this is your office. He wants to recruit her, man.
This is way better than the other one.
You think?
Yeah, who goes in here? Because I'd be all up in here if I were you.
I was saving it for someone.
Who?
Well, my partner.
Your partner? Who's,
You.
who would that be?
Well, you said you were interested in elder law.
That is so,
Make a leap.
you know I've got a lot invested at HHM. With what's going on now, I'm closer than ever to partner, like maybe 2 years, and I'm in.
It's just a thought.
Plus, you know, they put me through law school. I feel like I owe them. Actually, I do owe them. Literally, you know? But it's a nice start, Jimmy.
Poor Jimmy, man. I get it. Like, I think it's partly she does want to do it, but one, maybe she's not sure if Jimmy would be successful in comparison to where she's at now. But also, she did say they put her through law school, so maybe she feels indebted to them. But just because somebody helps you out doesn't mean you're indebted to them for life. You know, she can come work here and still pay off whatever loan she has with them.
Frankly, we've worked very hard to stave off an arrest. After the misunderstanding about your camping trip, the DA was concerned you might be a flight risk.
Yep.
Flight risk. We were practically in our own backyard.
That's exactly what we told the DA. In any case, I think we've managed to come up with a deal that is very favorable under the
A
circumstances.
deal. I hate that terminology. A deal is what they got OJ.
You're looking at 30 years in prison.
30 years?
That's the maximum. And given the nature of the charge and the current political environment, I'd say we should expect it. We have arrived at an arrangement, which would include 16 months in a county facility.
16 months.
That's not long compared to 30 years.
Making the county whole again goes a long way here, hence the minimal sentence.
Making the county whole again.
It includes the stipulation that you return $1.6 million in misappropriated funds.
Give back the money.
But there is no money.
There's no money.
We told you Craig is innocent.
On one hand, you give up the money,
I just told you there is no money.
plead guilty.
Control your wife, man.
If you go to trial, you'll most likely lose. And Craig goes to prison for decades. Your children will grow up seeing their dad through bars on visiting day.
Yep.
I know what I'd do.
Isn't it just Craig's choice? Like, his wife isn't even going to serve any time.
We don't need to discuss it.
She's not going to do it.
You're fired.
Damn. She going to go to Jimmy?
It's not personal, really. If you're unhappy with what we presented to you, there may
Bro's
be
a
other
beta.
directions
Look
we
at
can
him.
go.
We're done here. Please stop following us.
Dude, his wife isn't even going to serve jail time, bro. I'd be like, give me the fucking deal. 16 months, probably won't even serve at all. Probably 12, and it's in county. Yeah, give me the fucking deal. Over 30? Are you kidding me? Craig need to take charge.
All right, duck your heads, because here comes another number. N32.
Our boy Saul putting in that work. Our boy Jimmy, look, he even got his own bingo cards, man.
I'm going to take a short break because somebody needs legal help.
Putting himself in miracle territory, man. You know what I mean? Putting himself around the clients he needs. It's smart.
Offices of James McGill, Esquire. How may I direct your call?
Is this Craig and his wife?
Yes, of course. One moment, please.
I think this is Craig and his wife, man.
Deja vu. Hello again.
Wow.
Good to see you.
What a cut.
We want no jail time. 0. Craig is innocent, and we expect you to prove that. We won't see his name smeared like this any longer.
These people are delusional as fuck.
They treated us like we were guilty. But we've already paid you a retainer.
Damn.
Right.
That's right. He did take that money. I mean, he can still be their lawyer, but it doesn't mean he's going to get them that verdict. Not use the word guilty. No jail time. Don't smear his name. We're not giving back the money. What?
I know this is a lot to ask, but you have to convince them to come back to HHM.
I do, huh?
Yes. I managed to scrape together, from practically nothing, I might add, a deal they should feel lucky to have. This is their absolute best bet.
Tell me about this deal.
I think Saul will do it in the end. Like Jesus, Craig. Throw some balls, as Walt would say.
Come on, Jesus, just grow some fucking balls.
There is money. I distinctly remember a spirited game of tug of war over this money, which we then discussed at length. You can't hide a big bag of cash forever, and you certainly will never be able to spend any of it. So go back to HHM, apologize to Ms. Wexler, and for Christ's sakes, take the deal.
There would have to be a full accounting of it.
Even his.
Every penny would have
Shit.
to be present.
Which he already spent. 30K ain't too much, but I mean, I know Saul ain't rich.
Where do we begin?
Saul, just take a loan out or something and give them back their shit. They're not worth the headache.
Where's Kim?
We moved over to the East Wing.
The East Wing? That's the cornfield.
Damn.
Why are you sending her to the cornfield, Howard?
Never heard it called that before.
Because she lost the
That's
case.
what you call it.
I'm not going to discuss my employee policies with you.
Damn. This is going to push Kim away from the firm even more. Holy hell, man. I mean, Saul doesn't really have a choice. Like I said, bro, take out a fucking personal loan, max out a credit card, something. It is not worth this headache, and it is not worth the risk, right? I mean, granted, he could be like, I had no idea that it was, you know, stolen money, even though we know he knows, but he could still argue that and say it was his retainer offered by them.
For starters, they've got reams of checks he wrote for false expenses. And I can't even challenge their admission into evidence because he wrote them to himself.
What?
Yeah, but there has to be something, some loophole or...
None that I could find.
There has to be a way.
Not without the money.
With
the
the money?
chip those Kettlemans have, and they refuse to play it.
But I guess that's just for their deal, right? Maybe a fresh set of eyes on it, right? Maybe our boy Chuck, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe just straight up Jimmy. Fresh set of eyes can always change things. I mean, if Jimmy can end up winning this case, though, this is fucking massive, right? A big-ass law firm like HH&M couldn't win it. I know they got a deal, and it is a pretty damn good deal, don't get me wrong, but still. I want to see this shit go to court, man. I don't want to end the episode wondering what's going to happen. They said they gave him 30K. What's he got left? Probably like 11, maybe 12. They're out here playing charades, dude. Mike? My man hire Mike? What's the plan here? Damn. Is he just waiting for him to come outside and see the money? Maybe he thinks they dropped it, right? Oh, I think I know what's going on here. He wants to see where they hid the money so that he can get in and steal it, huh? Obviously not for himself, but to help with the case. Our boy Mike was made for this, dude. I mean, he narrowed it down to one room, but still. Oh, that's smart. Use the light, see where the fingerprints are. Only other thing, though, is Saul did spend some of that money, so it's like that entire set of money isn't going to be there. Yep, little hidden door, man. Show enough. But it's not in the bag no more. I hope you brought a Duffy, Mike. Yep. He gets his shit done.
Jesus. Gets bigger every time I look at it. Thanks for not heading to the Bahamas with this.
It's still not all of it. It's gonna be like what, 28 missing? Or not 28, like 18? Or not? Maybe he had some in the bank.
What are you doing? The right thing.
Where's he gonna take it? Not to H&M, or maybe Kim?
Might I suggest that you go check on that money you insist you didn't take? In the upstairs bathroom, under the sink.
Time to face the harsh reality.
What did you do with it?
By it, you mean...
Where is it?
It doesn't exist.
You mean the money? Let me see. That's on its way to the DA's desk right about now.
What? You stole from us. We will have you arrested.
I can see how upset you are, and even on a good day, you and logic are. But think about what you just said. Criminals have no recourse, and you two, you're criminal.
He learned that from Nacho.
You're gonna go back to her, you're gonna apologize for your hasty decision to terminate her services, and you're gonna fall on her mercy and take that deal.
Yep.
We'll tell about the bribe you took.
You could do that. Because right now, only Mr. Kettleman is on the hook for the whole embezzlement kerfluffle. But the bribe, we're back to calling it a bribe? Yeah, that implicates you as well.
No longer a retainer, right?
Thing you folks need to know about me? I got nothing to lose.
Damn.
Christ, you should see my office.
That's right. And that's why he's dangerous, man. You don't fuck with him.
We don't have to put up with this. I will not be treated this way.
Betsy.
I'm a victim. 12 months is not that long of a time compared to 30 years. And I know they said 16, but she said you'd probably be out sooner than that. And you're fine. Man might get tossed around a bit, but he'll live. Saul not only did that because he knew he couldn't get a better deal, but I also think he did want to help Kim, right? One awkward ass elevator ride, that's for sure. I wonder what kind of history Kim and him have, if they really were, boyfriend and girlfriend in the past, or if they were just good friends, they messed around a few times or what, because you definitely tell there's a history there that they both care for each other. Big ass office just for him now. He was hoping this would win her over, right? He keeps thinking it's because I don't have the nice stuff that, clients don't want to hire me, that she doesn't want to join me and whatnot, it seems like, but I mean, sure, having all that stuff is good, but man, he's gonna end up taking this office, huh? It's like, see, he was willing to give her the nicest office and everything too, make her partner right away. Yep, I feel for him, dude. He probably put everything into this office.
Law offices of James M. McGill, how may I direct your call?
Damn, man. I wonder if that was Kim calling or if that wasn't just another client, and it was showing us him having to regroup super quickly. Wow, fantastic fucking episode, man. Season 1, episode 7 of Better Call Saul is in the books, ladies and gentlemen. I feel so bad for Jimmy, man. I do. It's like, I get, everybody's got to start somewhere, right? You got to go through the hard times to get to the good times. You got to put in, you got to pay your dues, so to speak. But it's like he's putting so much into all of this, and you can tell he does care for Kim. Like, I'm sure he does think she's a great lawyer and everything like that, and she can add to his, to his firm and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I do think he cares for her too, like genuinely. You see the lengths he goes to for her specifically. And it's tough, man. I think he thought getting a nice office like this and giving her the best office in there would have really pulled her in, but she wasn't willing to, man. And it's tough because it's like he probably spent so much on this, and it's like he has nobody else, I'm sure, that he's even thinking about hiring. So it's like he has his big ass office, all these different rooms, 4 offices for workers, and it's like, who else is he gonna hire, man? It's like he wanted them to start this together and be partners together and build this together, you know, something that can be his and hers. And it's tough, man. I don't know. I think the reason she doesn't want to is because it's kind of a risk, right? HH&M, they're already set up, they're already established. She makes good money there. She's close to being partner, or at least was. Not sure what the, you know, situation is going to be now with being as the Kettlemans left and then they come back. Is she going to get her office back? Is it going to be like 2 years to partner still, or what? Right? But super close with that. They're already super successful and everything like that. Not only that, but she said they put her through law school, so she feels indebted to them. The thing about that is, it's like, just because somebody helps you doesn't mean you're indebted to them for life. And I get she quite literally means indebted to them in the sense that she owes them money, but it's like, you can go work for Jimmy and pay them still. You know what I mean? You don't have to be stuck there your whole life. You're still free to make your own choices. Just because somebody helped you doesn't mean you're, you know, enslaved to them or indebted to them for the rest of your life to where you can't make your own decisions. You can't go spread your own wings, so to speak. And I hope she does eventually, because she definitely doesn't seem like she's appreciated over there as much as she is with Jimmy, you know, not treated as an equal. And I get everybody has to pay their dues, put their time in. I don't know how long she's been there in comparison, you know, everybody else, the people at the top and whatnot. I know Chuck started it with Hamlin and then, but I don't know, man. I hope she eventually comes around. Jimmy, he definitely, he's in a tough spot, but I mean, he's growing, right? Like he finally has business. He's able to afford this office. Obviously, he's got a good suit and stuff like that. So he is growing, and that's the important thing. But it's like he's still kind of doing it alone. I think he also craves a little bit of having a partner and having people around him, you know. But we'll have to see what happens, all in due time. Fantastic episode. I love that we're getting more Mike in it, you know, not just him working at the parking booth, but also him and Saul, or him and Jimmy rather, working together. It's fucking great. And the stuff with Chuck, I think it's definitely a mental thing, man. And I think it connects back to Slip and Jimmy. I don't know when this all started necessarily, but he was fine in that flashback we saw where Jimmy was about to go to jail for a long time. And, you know, Chuck kind of made him get his life straight, and he was fine then. So it had to have happened between then and now, which doesn't look like a ridiculous amount of time has passed, but I think it's connected to, you know, the stuff with Jimmy doing all that, the scams and whatnot, because obviously he saw him in the paper and then it got really bad. Now, granted, he did go outside at that time, but at that point he already sensed something was up with the way Jimmy was acting and whatnot. But I don't know, man. Everything also started to get better for him. He said last week after the cop situation and going to the hospital because he's trying to build up a tolerance. But that's also when Jimmy started to find more success in this stuff in an elder law. And he brought those files in today. I'm sure Chuck's going to work with those and probably end up doing them for him, you know, just because he loves to do that lawyer stuff. He saw he was getting all giddy and excited. But have to continue to watch to find out. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section down below. Like always, if you guys enjoyed this reaction video, make sure to leave a like. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Full reaction will be up on Patreon, as well as early access to the next 2 episodes if you guys want to check that out. Link in the description down below. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. What is going on, guys? I hope you all did enjoy that video you just checked out. If you did, make sure to drop a like and comment down below what is something you guys want to see me react to next on the channel. I want to give a couple quick shout outs to some of my highest tier supporters over on Patreon, man. Shout out to the homie That's So Gordo, the homie Alexander Collins, and the homie Christopher Larimer. Your guys' support is much appreciated. If you guys haven't already and you do want to join the Patreon family, the link is on screen right now, as well as in the description down below. You get early access to a bunch of videos, up to 2, sometimes even 3 weeks in advance, full-length reactions, and you get to participate in polls to help decide what we do and what we react to on the channel. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.